All right, first and foremost, I'm going to start off with Barakatah Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash, giving double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders, and leaders of Great Millstone, who labor in his word day in and day out in all truth and sincerity, who I learn from daily. I want to give a sincere shalom to all the sincere brethren who are pushing this truth throughout the four winds, helping to seal the elect in these latter days, so that we may be delivered from the coming destruction of Babylon the Great, aka America. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, who this world ignorantly calls God. Bahashem is in the name of, and Yahweh Shai is the name of our Lord and Savior, the only begotten Son, who this world ignorantly calls Jesus. These are the true names needed to call upon in these latter days in which the elect will be saved. Lord willing, I'm of that number, and those who believe in like manner. My name is Zakar, Kasad, Yahweh, Zakar meaning remember, Kasad meaning mercy, and Yahweh, the name of our Heavenly Father. So Zakar, Kasad, Yahweh, remember, mercy, Yahweh. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. As always, I like to start off with the prayer, Psalms 19 and 14. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. Yahayawa, Laratazanwan, Amaryapaya, Wahayagawan, Labya, Lapanyaka, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Tazawarya, Waka'alya. All right. So I got some things have been heating up. The prophecies are popping off left and right. It's impossible to not see it. As our Lord stated, watch and pray, for you know not when the hour will be. Right? Mark 13 and 33. Take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is. For the Son of Man is as a man taking a far journey, who left his house and gave authority to his servants, and to every man his work, and commanded the porter to watch. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're watching. Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh, at even, or at midnight, or at the cock crowing, or in the morning, lest coming suddenly he find you sleeping. And what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're watching, right? Isaiah 62 and 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night, yet that make mention of the Lord keep not silent, and give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. So we're going to go right to where was he at? Yeah, Matthew 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And with that being said, check this out. This is the USGS, which basically calculates or calculates all the earthquakes that's going on throughout the world. And 2.5 plus earthquakes in the past day. There's been 43 earthquakes in just a single past day, man. Hawaii, Peru, the Lord said diverse places, Alaska, Puerto Rico, Kansas, Charlotte, Japan, Chile. And this has just been over the past day. And these are the sizes over here on the side. 4.9 in Japan, Man, Japan is always getting fucked up. That's because they wicked as hell, man. Chile, 4.2. You know, those are those Amorites. So, you know, the Lord has got to, definitely got to deal with their asses. They're always doing some wicked shit. They was doing wicked shit way, way back in Genesis, sacrificing, their children to Molech and shit. With that being said, I did find a channel on YouTube that goes into, the history of that goes directly into the history of the Bible. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I believe it was called Explore or Expedition. Yeah, Expedition Bible. Yeah, here we go. Subscribe. I'm not signed in. That's okay. It's called Expedition Bible. This is a channel here. And earlier this morning, I was watching a video speaking on the Canaanites or the Amorites and how they would sacrifice their children, and they found a sacrificing area, or can't, the word is escaping me right now, but basically the rituals here we go. Excavated Canaanites, high places, the sins of the Amorites. And we know that the Amorites are the Japanese. So yeah, child sacrifice, they were doing all that type of nasty, all that type of shit. So subscribe and check this out to get a better understanding of exactly what was going on around the time of Genesis, why the Lord told us not to worship like the heathen, because they were doing all abominable acts like sacrificing their children to Molech, cutting them up and burning them and chopping heads off and burning infants and children and women. It's crazy. It's crazy. But they found remains, man. But on to the main topic. So back in Matthew, wars and rumors of wars, nations rise against nation, famines, pestilences, earthquakes. Right, so here's the earthquakes. More evidence. It's the Gateway Pundit talking about the border issue. So we're about to get close. We're getting closer and closer to civil war.
As Governor Greg Abbott signs a letter supporting Texas's constitutional right to self-defense. We're going to be looking at this and so much more coming up on the Gateway Pundits Week in Review. Wire installed by Texas Volt from Texas Governor Greg Abbott against Joe Biden, who under Supreme Court initiative have ordered the removal of barricades that were blocking illegal immigrants from entering into the country. Let's get into it. In a significant escalation of tension over the U.S.-Mexico border policies, several Republican governors are uniting in support of Texas Governor Greg Abbott's challenge against the Biden regime. This move comes in the wake of the U.S. Supreme Court's decision allowing the removal of razor wire installed by Texas at the border. Governor Abbott deployed approximately 30 miles of razor wire near Eagle Pass, Texas, as a barrier against illegal immigration. However, this move was challenged in court, leading to a complex legal battle. Despite setbacks in lower courts, the state's efforts were momentarily buoyed by a decision from the Fifth Circuit of Court of Appeals, which was overturned by the Supreme Court in a 5-4 vote. Conservative Justice Roberts and Amy Coney Barrett, Trump appointees, sided with the liberals and granted the Biden regime's emergency request. This is the 9th time that the Supreme Court has sided with the Biden regime out of 14 emergency applications. Despite the Supreme Court's decision, Texas officials, including Governor Abbott and Attorney General Ken Paxton, have expressed their intent to continue measures to reinforce the border. Texas National Guard members began installing more razor wire in Eagle Pass, saying the Supreme Court's temporary order allows Biden to continue his illegal effort to aid the foreign invasion of America. Attorney General Ken Paxton.
And as you can see, that's exactly what's going on with this whole illegal immigrant situation. This is an invasion getting ready to happen. And as you can see, Texas ain't having it. So they're putting up razor wire trying to stop this whole invasion from coming up, from going on. Meanwhile, 25 other states have signed on to send aid to Texas to stop these immigrants from coming in, which is basically saying this is going to lead into a civil war. So that's wars and rumors of wars right there. That's just one aspect.
Need to hear to
There's
believe.
another one.
Picture this: your neighborhood, renowned for its affluence, now a sanctuary for illegal immigrants. Well, that's what's happening in Naperville, Illinois. Councilman Josh McBroom has proposed a radical idea: rich residents opening their doors to those who've crossed the border illegally. It's not just a local story. It mirrors a larger, more concerning trend from the suburbs of Chicago to the halls of Logan Airport in Boston. The response to the border crisis has taken a turn that's both unprecedented and controversial. We'll be diving deep into the issue and assure you want to stick around to the final thought. It's a perspective that might just change how you see the current state of our nation. It's not just news, it's a wake-up call about the direction our country's heading.
Right. So they want you to house these illegal immigrants that are coming over here. But that's literally just going to lead into Jacob's trouble, because no one's going to go for that. The American people aren't going to go for that. These Edomites aren't going to go for that. They're going to be defending themselves. And what do you think these illegal immigrants are going to do when they can't get help or shelter? Exactly. It's going to lead right into chaos. And that's exactly what they want, right? Civil war is going to be leading into this as well, but it's all part of the plan. This is all by design. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's design. But not only that, this gives them a whole nother excuse for them to lead into another pandemic. This gives them an excuse to bring out disease X. And now when disease X comes out, or whenever they decide to release disease X, they can now blame it on these immigrants, and then the people that are housing these immigrants, you're now considered hotspots, which then gives them the authority to come in and take you or remove you from your home and quarantine you, or even quarantine you in your home, whether you're sick or not, with the excuse being that, oh, you housed the immigrants who had this disease. Oh, did they cough while you were there? Oh yeah, you definitely have something. Crazy. I saw something. Oh yeah. Here we go. Turbo AIDS set to kill billions after disease X. Turbo AIDS, man. Turbo AIDS. As if AIDS wasn't bad enough. Pestilences. Is that not what's going on right now? Pestilences, right? We first went through the the C19er, we went through that. And of course we understand what that was and how that came about. But at the end of the day, it's all the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and those who went out and got that Jabberwocky, they didn't trust in the Lord. And now they're all kind of messed up, or just waiting to kick the bucket, But it doesn't stop there. It's gonna get worse, as the Lord did say. He did say, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Just the beginning. Just the beginning. But let's check this out. Turbo AIDS.
The global elite are using the World Economic Forum in Davos to boast about a range of new vaccines that they claim will allow them to change the world. The timing couldn't be more suspicious, with so-called Disease X stalking the planet.
You see, it's just a whole nother plot in order to bring in more Jabberwockies. It's just more to just another plot to bring in Jabberwockies. Oh, there's one other so I gotta check out one of my other favorite news sites. Hold on. Before we get into that, I gotta pull this up real quick. Redacted. Yeah, we definitely got to check this out as well. But all right, back to the video we were just at.
Planet, while the elite working on a new vaccine for a disease that apparently doesn't exist. If the COVID pandemic taught us anything, it's that new vaccines must be scrutinized closely, and the global elite are determined to depopulate the world. Bill Gates' new HIV vaccine has AIDS as a possible side effect, which raises the question,
what?
Is Disease X just VAIDS dressed up in...
What? So, this new Jabberwocky that they're coming out with, which is supposed to be a counter to their so-called DX, is gonna have a side effect of AIDS? These people are insane. They are literally insane. Hold on. Right. Psalm 64:2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. And that's exactly who these two ugly, pillhead ass Edomites are. Forgive me, Salaki, I have a problem with spelling. Psalm 63 and 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they hate thee, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And this is a crafty counsel
Let's stop in
indeed.
fancy new clothes. Before we dive in, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and join the People's Voice Locals community to join our incredible community and support the channel, and gain access to exclusive and uncensored content. Last year, globalist war criminal Tony Blair went on the record admitting the elites were planning to control the world with a slew of new injectables. He always had a way with words.
Man.
There isn't.
Forgive me 1 second, Salakia. Right. Isaiah 14 and 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. And that's Esau, man. And their damn space stations and their mindset and the way that they move. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And that's exactly what they got going on right now.
There is an
Israel
ongoing
gotta pay
challenge
attention.
and opportunity. And I think that is not just about COVID. It's about the fact that we are going to have a whole slew of new vaccines, injectables, that are going to deal with some of the worst diseases in the world, that give us the opportunity to make big changes in the health of the world.
The man touted to take over from Klaus Schwab when the WF founder eventually kicks the bucket wasn't exaggerating. The slew of new vaccines and injectables is as long as your arm, and Bill Gates couldn't wait to boast about them this week at Davos, including the news that needles are on the way out and little patches will be in.
We will have new vaccines. We'll have a TB vaccine, malaria vaccine, HIV vaccine, and even the things like COVID vaccines. We need to make them have longer duration, more coverage, and we're going to change, instead of using a needle, to use a little patch. So the pandemic really highlighted that we've been underinvested in those innovations, and our partners in India are part of.
Now, isn't Bill Gates the man who brought us Microsoft? What the hell is he doing creating vaccines? What is he doing in the medical industry? That just goes to show you that it's all a big ass scam. Esau lies about literally everything. But these are the people that you trust. Right. Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, until Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, neither seek the Lord. They do not seek Yahweh. Woe to them that are at ease in Zion, right? Those who aren't paying attention. Israel, who isn't paying attention. The 2/3 who aren't paying attention, who do not see, who's not looking, who's not watching, whose eyes are closed, who's in the groves, who are in the churches, preaching this prosperity gospel, not looking at what the evil, the wicked are doing, and that are leading our people directly into a damn burning building. Hold on. Isaiah 29:15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us? That's Esau, man. That's Esau. Look, that's Esau right there. Him and his wicked plans. But now they're just coming out and saying it. Now they're just coming out and saying it. The Lord has made them bare. Psalm 64:8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And if you're watching, you definitely going to understand, they're not to be trusted. I shouldn't do anything they're telling me to do. Or you could just be blinded. The Lord could just blind you. And even if you see their plans, you could just be all for it, thinking that they have your best interest at heart. No. Right? Hang on. Why is this still going?
On you if you have what they
Pause. What was I about to get? It'll come back to me. Lord willing, it'll come back to me. But again, yeah, Isaiah 62:6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, Yahweh, keep not silent. And that's exactly what we've been doing through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash, Rakah being holy, or Rakah being spirit, Kodash being holy. All right, but let's get back to what's going on
get
here.
these breakthrough products done.
Did you notice Gates' sly smile when he mentioned India, the site of many of his most egregious crimes against humanity? The man has no shame. Of course, there's no point trying to
Absolutely
find
not.
any record of Gates' crimes in India in the fully bought and paid for mainstream media. Those articles were scrubbed around the same time that Gates started investing in the media. Gates meant
Oh man. Oh man. Right, here we go. Revelation 20:7. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. That's that them being loosed out of their prison. That was the Renaissance period, when they came out and started doing iconoclasm, and the Middle Ages is basically when they started to come out and start to deceive the world, and they've been deceiving ever since, with the image, defacing the image of our Lord and Savior, right? Whitewashing everything. They started spreading lies and about about everything, about how life started, about health, about food, about the universe, about everything, about education, everything. It's all been lies. And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. And Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle. That's Russia, basically coming together to battle against the whore, which the whore is America, aka Babylon the Great, aka America, of course. But ever since they came out of the damn cave, ever since they came out of captivity, during the Middle Ages, when they started to gain control of the UK, basically, and then started and then from the UK branched off the little horn, America. They've been lying and stealing and destroying ever since, making the world wonder after the beast. And it's just been wickedness on top of wickedness on top of wickedness on top of wickedness. But the wickedness really started back in the Greek era. So it went from the Greeks to the Romans to the Americans, or the British and the Americans, to what you see today. And here you have the secret council of the wicked, which every nation is involved in. But now they're tired of this. They're tired of America. They're tired of Babylon the Great, the whore who sitteth upon many waters. They're tired of this woman and her lies and her abominations. And this is exactly one of these damn abominations that they're tired of dealing with. But mainly their philosophies and their way of life and their ideals. People just aren't falling for the lies no more. They're waking up. But they still have a big grip on the majority of people. The Lord said 2/3 of our people will be cut off and die, and 2/3 is a bigger number than 1/3. But if 2/3 of just Israel is going to die, just imagine the number of heathen that are going to perish when the Lord returns. Man, Lord, man, I don't want to be part of that. Oh, here we go.
They want all of this to go. You'll own nothing, everyone. You'll own nothing. But these handful of people, these vipers, these snakes, will own everything, won't they? Klaus Schwab, doing a perfect James Bond movie villain. Have a listen to what he foresees for the future for you, me, and your children and their children and their children and their children. And tell me that this isn't slavery. Have a listen to what he says on what he sees for the future for you and me.
The technology now is, and digital technologies mainly have an analytical power. Now we go into a predictive power, and we have seen the first examples, and your company very much involved into it. But then the next step could be to go into a prescriptive mode, which means you do not even have to have elections anymore, because you can already predict, and afterwards you can say, why do we need elections?
Now, at this point, even the tech guy looks at a little bit, wow, what? Now, what he's actually explaining here is, because they're now able to predict things, because everything's done online and there's a digital footprint, they can predict pretty much everything that you could possibly ever need one in the future. Well, that's not going to be enough. Predicting will then mean that they'll be able to do things on your behalf without you having any say whatsoever. Now, he's saying...
And there's only one way they're going to be able to do that. And the Lord, man, all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. There's only one way they're going to be able to do that, and that's that mark. Revelation 13:16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And the name of the beast and the number of his name is all wrapped up into one, and that one mark, it's inside of that one mark, and that mark is a physical object, which is digital, which is the RFID chip that's going to be placed in your hand or forehead, which is what Klaus Schwab wants to do, aka digital slavery. Let's just prove that it's a physical object. Karagma. Karagma. A thing carved. You can't carve sin. You can't carve embargo. You can't carve Sunday worship. A graven work is not sin. A sculpture is not sin. But what is? A chip. A microchip. That's a graven work. That's a sculpture. You had to sculpt that. That's a physical object that can be placed in your hand. That's a graven image. Is it not? Of course it is. So everybody out there that's speaking, not that it's not an RFID chip, yeah, don't listen to them. They taking the bag or they're completely and utterly blinded. But at the end of the day, Job 12 and 16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. So if you can't get it, hey, not my problem. If you can't get it, well, the Lord just didn't want you to get it. He blinded you. It's not my fault. Ain't nothing I can do. I can't force it into your brain to make you get it. No one can force it into your head to make you understand. The only way you're going to get that, you better fast, you better pray, and watch the prophets of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, which are the men of GMS, started with the apostles on down. They have been pushing this for over 30 years. They said this before they even decided to come out and tell you that they were doing this, before the technology was even available to begin to be told unto the public. They were saying it was going to be a chip. Way back in the early 90s. So I don't understand what IUIC's problem is. I don't understand what ISUPK's problem is. I don't understand what GOCC's problem is. There's only one. It's only one problem. There's only one reason. Job 12 and 16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. Everybody's got to play their part. Everybody's got to play their lot. See if I can get that. Okay, that's not going to help. Ah, there it is. The lot is cast into the lap, but the whole disposing thereof is of Yahweh. The whole disposing of is of Yahweh. So your lot was cast by Yahweh. And you have to play it. Nope, you can't get out of it. Nobody can get out of it. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai that he gave me the eye salve in order to see. He led me in the direction of the apostles, the elders, and the leaders, and the bishops of GMS, and to stay the course they're on, so that I may not be deceived, so that I could see. Hold on. Second Corinthians 2 and 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We weren't ignorant of the C19er. We wasn't ignorant of the Jabberwocky. Why? Because the Lord was guiding us the entire time. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Call halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Lord willing, he doesn't take the spirit from me and blind me or blind any of the other brethren, any of the other Akim who are doing the work in sincerity and truth. Oh, I said they. What? Salakia, give me one moment. Second Peter's 1:10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall. Continue to watch and pray. The moment you stop watching and the moment you stop praying, you're going to forget everything that you saw. You're going to get caught back up into the world. You're going to get caught back up into everything that's going on. You're going to get caught back up into walking around with the walking dead. And that's exactly not where I'm trying to be. I'm not trying to be here. Proverbs 21:16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So if you stop watching and praying, the understanding is gonna leave you, and you're gonna get caught back up into a bunch of stuff that doesn't matter, and you're gonna completely forget that, oh yeah, the world is ending. The Lord is coming back. And then destruction. So Lord willing, I continue to watch and I continue to pray. Lord willing, I don't lose the spirit. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to help those who are struggling to believe. Because faith is a gift. Right? Ephesians 2:8. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of the Most High, not of works, lest any man should boast. And this is why we always say all praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All praises to Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. This is not of us. This spirit is not of me. Nor is it of any other man, person, woman that prophesy, that do the works. It is of the Lord that they do the work, and they continue to do the work because many have done the work and many have fallen off. Many have forgotten the reason that they did it in the first place. Why? Because the Lord took the spirit from them. Lord willing, he doesn't take the spirit from me or any of the brothers or any of the other brethren. All right, what else did I have? Yep, that's them. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I'll be like the Most High. Yep, that's them. Yeah. Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing the Lord Yahweh will abhor a bloody and deceitful man. And that's Esau. That's Esau, a bloody and deceitful man. That's all this Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, and all the rest of these damn Edomites. That's all they've been doing. That's all they know. That's all they can do. They are the wicked. Never forget that. Lord willing, I don't. Lord willing, you don't. Lord willing, this lesson helps to keep that in remembrance. Second Timothy 3:14. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them, and that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are to be able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith which is in Hamashiach Yahushai. These words that I speak, these words are not mine. They are this. Hold on. John 6:63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. These words that are in this holy Bible, these words are faithful and true, as we have seen. It's exposing these people, these men, these Esau, the red man. It is exposing him, and he's being exposed daily. You see how many articles there are? Look, even him. Hold on, let's go here.
Person doesn't even comprehend. Today on the internet, practically every click is tracked. Every click. This is true for most people, though those who have advanced privacy knowledge can get around this, which I'll tell you.
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. He wants to control everything. He wants to be able to see like the Most High, but he never will be able to because you're just a man, Esau. You're just a man.
Which I'll tell you about later. And some of us also intentionally allows our clicks to be tracked. We'll get to some of the more advanced concepts later if you stay tuned to the video. But for the rest of you, aren't you shocked? Well, of course not, because most of you don't care. It is quite a blatant attack on privacy that the typical person has come to accept this as normal. Is it ever normal for every click to be tracked and recorded? Is there anything you do on the internet that perhaps you think should be private? For me, that's pretty much everything. But I bet even for some of you nothing to hide people, there are things you'd rather not make public. What I will first tell you in this video is how every click is tracked because it is not obvious how this is done. Yet it is surprisingly simple to understand after I explain it. There is so much information about each and every one of you and what you do on the internet. Someday you will be interested to know how they collected that information. But if you want to learn about it now, stay right there.
See? And that's another one of the reasons why what we're doing is going to lead to our captivity. They know exactly what we're doing. They know exactly why we're doing it, and they understand what the outcome is. They can't stop it. And so they have to fulfill prophecy. Uh, right, Matthew 24:9. Then they shall deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Hold on. Revelation 2:10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. 10 days meaning a complete number of time, not actually 10 days. It'll be whether it be 10 days, 15 days, a month, 2 days, 1 day. It just means a complete amount of time. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Now, why would we be put to death for what we're saying? I have to remind myself of this constantly. What we're doing, what we're actually saying is sedition. What is sedition? Sedition.
Sedition.
Conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority or a state of monarch. Now, we're not saying to rebel against anything that they're doing outside of don't take the mark. Don't take their jabs. I mean, they're the authority giving these orders. And so we're telling you to rebel against it. And by rebel, we mean to say no. Don't fight. Or try to take justice into your own hands. But just refuse. Because they can't force it on you. There's going to be a time where you have to make a choice. And during that time, you need to say no. Because if you don't, then you're going to eat a warhead. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet. Oh, Revelation 19:20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet, the beast that being the system that we're under, the American European system that they're pushing, the system that America controls. And with him the false prophet, that being the Roman Catholic Church and their denominations and their whole control over their whole over this false religious system that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast. Again, that's that micro C hip, that RFID, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into the lake of fire, burning with brimstone. But right before that, Revelation 16:2, and the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. So if you get this mark, you will not be saved under any circumstances, whether you take it out or not. Granted, I believe that once you take it, it's going to be impossible to take it out. Even if you cut your damn hand off, you're still not gonna you're still not gonna be able to be saved, because the fact of the matter is that you made your choice. Because thou hast kept, Revelation 3:10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Let's get this word temptation.
Strong's G 3986, Pyrasmas. Pyrasmas.
Which means a trial, a proving, an internal temptation to sin, temptation or trial of God by men. Mainly a trial, an attempt, right? You're going to be put through this trial. You're going to have to say no. That's the trial. During this time of temptation, this time of trouble, will you be able to rely on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai? Will you be able to trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai? Do you have enough faith to say no in the face of adversity when you can't eat, when you need protection from all the wickedness that's going to be going on around you? Do you have enough faith to say no? And this is why we watch and we pray and we be as diligent as we possibly can, so that during this time we'll be strong enough. The Lord will put the spirit on us to say no, to keep his word. All right, let's get some more news here. Hold on. Just before we leave out of here. The global oligarchy wants to remake all nations into slave plantations. This is the future y'all want? This is the future y'all want. Y'all don't want nature anymore. Y'all love GMOs. Y'all love fake food. You love whorish women. You like C-19s and Jabberwockies. You love being a slave for the global elites. Not me. not me. So I choose Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai all day, every day. Whether they believe or not, that don't matter to me. What matters to me is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, what he said. He said trust in him, so I'm going to trust in him and say no.
He's saying voting at the minute, but we all know voting doesn't count for much anyway with globalist organisations like this buying them all off. But it would move on to other things. Like, you don't deserve a car, you've got no reason to have one, so you're never going to be able to get one. You're not going to be able to have any property because, you know, you'll be happy without property, but we'll own all of the property, but you'll be happy without it, honest. But we'll have it all. Let's continue to have a listen to what he says.
Because we know what the result will be.
Yeah, we know what the results will be. Mass slavery. Your entire life and the lives of your children in complete control by scumbags like this. Is this a future that we want for our children, everyone? Because
And the ultimate goal is they want to enslave the children of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, right? They want to enslave. Those are the main people that they're doing this for. This is the main people that they want to ensnare in their trap because they want their Esau wants his birthright back. I mean, granted, there's nothing he can do. It's already written that you're not going to get it back and you're going into slavery. And at the end of that slavery, you're going to be burned you're going to be burned off the face of the planet. You're no longer going to exist for all the atrocities that you've done throughout your entire rule from Cain until now. Well. Revelation 13:10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. That he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And that's exactly what Esau has been doing. That's literally his birthright. Right? This is his birthright. We started Genesis 27:38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. That's exactly what he's experiencing right now. The fatness of the earth. He's got everything. He's literally the controller of the earth. And who would be in control at this moment? Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And that's exactly who's in power at this moment. And right, hold on, where was we at? Yeah. And Genesis 27:39. And Isaac, his father, answered Esau and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. Fatness meaning the most, right? He's gonna have the best of the earth, the control of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. Genesis 27:40. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Esau is living by the sword. He has the fatness of the earth. He's in control of everything. America is literally the greatest country or the greatest empire to rule the face of the earth. They literally have the most military bases on the planet. They damn near have a military base on every continent. $750 military bases. 750 military bases across 80 countries. Across 80 countries in the world. Has deployed 173,000 troops in 159 different countries. That's America. That's Esau. Is that not the fatness of the earth? Is that not the sword being magnified? And his empire is going down. So I'm not just saying shit. It's right there. The proof is right there. So the so-called white man is Esau, who would be ruling in these last days. Oh, well, that doesn't help. Hold on. I'll just have to do it this way. For Esau is the end of the world. If he was not Esau, then there would be no such thing as a doomsday clock. There would be no such thing as a doomsday clock if he was not the end of the world. There would be no such thing as an end of the world. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel. You so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian, Haitians, Colombians, Argentinians, Cubans, Mexicans, or I said Latinos already, but yeah, those are the true tribes of of Israel. And the Lord is coming back to save the elect so that we may begin so that forever can finally begin. So when the Lord gets back here, he's going to do a lot of killing, but once that's over, we're going to throw everybody into slavery, and then forever happens. Paradise begins. For 1,000 years, y'all going to be in slavery. We're going to burn up Esau, and then we're going to live peacefully for the rest of eternity. Obadiah 1:18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire. The house of Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, shall be a fire. And the house of Joseph a flame, right? That's the northern tribe. And the house of Esau for stubble. For what? For stubble. For what? For stubble. What does fire do to stubble? It burn it up. And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And here's the kicker, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. So yeah, Esau is no longer gonna exist. The Edomites are no longer going to exist. After y'all serve hardcore slavery, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. After that, we're going to burn your asses up. And then it's going to be over. And then forever can finally start. Isaiah 2:4. And he shall judge amongst the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares. That's us. That's the nations beating, cutting out the war, and getting back into cleaning shit up, and getting back into restoring the earth. Farming again, real food, and their spears into pruning hooks. We're gonna take all their weapons and burn them damn things up. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. There won't be any more war. Once Esau is done away with, no one will ever war again. No one will ever come against the Israelites ever again. Will never have to go into captivity. Will never have to deal with any of this Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates BS. GMO foods will be a thing of the past. Chemtrails won't ever exist. Clean water will always be here. Microplastics won't exist. It's going to be beautiful. But with that being said, I want to give all honor, all praises, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles and the leaders and the bishops of Great Millstone, who I learn from daily, who teach with truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Till next time, Shalom.